This is KFDM Sports Extra with Mike Friedman and Cam Sanderson.
Indeed. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the KFDM Sports Extra podcast. Mike Friedman here along with Cam Sanderson. Appreciate you watching news on KFDM on YouTube. That's the best place to be able to see our podcast, the KFDM Sports Extra podcast. Cam and I get to sit here just for a little bit of time and talk a little high school and a little Lamar athletics or whatever we really want to talk about. We're going to start. We still have high school football to talk about, which is great in December to still talk about high school football. Some areas aren't as lucky, but we've got 4 teams that are still alive in round 4. Round 4, it's the regional championship of the high school football playoffs. And we'll talk about our first matchup, 5A Division 1. Port Arthur Memorial gets a familiar opponent here in a district rival for them in Barbers Hill. So Memorial and Barbers Hill meeting up in the regional championship. They're district rivals. What happened when they met up in district? Well, Memorial beat them 34-6 earlier this year. Will it be the same Eagles team from Barbers Hill that played? That was week 3 of this district season. So will it be the same team? No. Probably not, but is Memorial the same team?
No, probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. This seems like it should be a favorite for Port Arthur one. They've had some favorable matchups in the playoffs. Not to say they haven't played good teams. And, actually, I was joking to Ashley Elam about this. Mm-hmm. We were talking about it because the whole argument all season, when you're talking about PNG Port Arthur, it's like, oh, these guys haven't played. Well, here's Port Arthur playing a team that was in their district in the 4th round of the playoffs. So have they actually played guys? So it looks like they did, right?
Yeah, right.
But, Port Arthur's gotten a good run throughout the playoffs. They get to see this Barbers Hill team again. I know they're ready for it. I know they've been preparing for this team. They've already seen them. Yeah. I don't know. And they seem like a far better team than Barbers Hill is.
And I wonder if it's an advantage for either team or for both teams. If they've already played each other, they know what they're capable of. Like Barbers Hill has to think, man, they really took it to us last time in district. They've got talent. What are we going to do this time so that 34-6 result doesn't happen again?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the problem with Port Arthur too is it's not like one of those teams you can come in and be like, oh, they ran the ball all over us, so let's prepare for the run, because then they'll throw it over your head.
Or they can't stop our run.
Exactly.
Right? No, wait.
It comes down to talent, and I think Port Arthur just has all that talent. Like it's not really a team you can game plan for. You just have to hope your guys are bigger and faster. Barbers Hill really, squeaked in here. They got lucky. I don't want to say they got lucky. They were down 10. They had a little bit of a comeback in the 4th quarter. Came back and won that one in overtime. Mm-hmm. Very fortunate game for them. I mean, even when you kick a field goal to open overtime, you never know if you're going to win that one. And that's what they did. Yeah. But I just feel like Port Arthur has been convincingly winning every single week. I just don't really have much fear for Port Arthur when it comes against Barbers Hill. One thing to mention, I mentioned this on my show on Sunday. It's really interesting.
Okay.
Port Arthur was tied in the 2nd round, 7-7, went on to blow them out. They were tied in this one, 10-10 at half. Went on to blow them out. Okay. And so this team's a second half team. So even if you're listening to this right now, it's the first quarter of this game. You're watching, you're listening to us at the game. I wouldn't be concerned. Port Arthur's going to turn on the 3rd and 4th quarter every week. So if it's a close game at the end of the first half, I'm still not sold.
All right, I believe it. Hey, listen up, Titan fans. Port Arthur Memorial's a second half team, and both Cam and I do believe that Memorial's going to be able to take down Barbers Hill, head to the state semifinal round, something they haven't been to in quite a while. Port Arthur Memorial and Barbers Hill will play on Saturday at 5 p.m.
in Beaumont
at Doggett Family Stadium right here in Beaumont. Hopefully the weather will clear up by then. Greg Boswick did say it was going to rain Friday night into Saturday, and he did think by early afternoon it should stop raining. So they shouldn't have any problems with the weather. Get out there. If you haven't been to Doggett Family Stadium here in Beaumont, if you're in the area or whatever, and you just haven't been out there yet, it's been around for a while, but chances are you've been there. Go out there. It's a great stadium, great place to see a football game. Should be a lot of fun. 5 o'clock kickoff, Port Arthur Memorial and Barbers Hill.
All of Southeast Texas should be there. Even if your team's playing this week, they're playing on Friday. They're not playing on Saturday.
Right. Yeah,
so I think this stadium should be absolutely filled to the brim on both sides.
Let's hope so. All right, we'll move down just to Division 2, 5A Division 2. Stop me if you've seen this before. PNG taking on South Oak Cliff. These two have met up in the playoffs. This is, let's see,
4th year in a row.
4th straight year. Yeah. 4th straight year. Last year, It was another regional championship game, is because P&G and Nederland were thrown into Region 2, which is South Oaks Cliffs region. That's why it's a regional championship and not a state championship game. So last year, South Oak Cliff, I think, had a little revenge from the previous state championship
They had
game
the date
year
circled
before,
on the
right?
counter for sure.
They did.
They were ready.
Yeah, they were ready. So they kind of took it to P&G last year. I don't know that we'll see the same this go around. I also would have to agree with the managing editor at Dave Campbell, Texas Football, Greg Tepper, saying that with Jake Ashworth not having the experience.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking, isn't it?
Yeah, so that is a little concerning that Connor Bailey's not there for PNG. It's an intangible that they don't have, and they're going up against a really good team. You know, South Oak Cliff did not give up a point, not a single point in district play.
Yeah, I mean
7 straight shutouts.
Yeah.
They didn't give up a point.
It's easy when you play no one.
Come on. Oh, come on.
The thing about this matchup is it's always going to be great. And you mentioned Tepper, and I'll mention it too.
Okay.
One thing he brought up was it's this PNG defense versus that offense. South Oak Cliff against Terrell, 500 yards from scrimmage on the ground. 500 yards rushing, excuse me. PNG against Midlothian Heritage held the team to less than 100 total yards.
Right.
And so I want to say that's where the game's going to be won. I've heard a lot of people say, we're excited about this because we know our defense can handle them. I agree. But your defense doesn't score the points most of the time. And so it does come down to that offense. South Oak Cliff, they're no joke. I know they have like a light district play, but they've still been pretty impressive in the playoffs with how well they've been holding teams. I mean, to hold that Terrell team, so I think it was 17 points on Friday, the low-scoring game at least compared to, I think, what that team is used to doing. They're averaging less than 10 points a game allowed on the year. I mean, that's ridiculous. And so seeing what Jake Ashworth can do, that running back core that they got there and Tyson Henry and Diaz, they have the pieces. It's just, can they do it against South Oak Cliff? Can you get over that mental hump that this game is? And
one thing I heard about Ashworth is he's serviceable. Is that going to be enough? Is he serviceable? Does he get he does well enough to get the job done? Their defense, I agree with you, is standout. Midlothian is no team to shake your hand at.
Yeah. That
That was a great team that they held to a low-scoring game. Do I think South Oak Cliff's going to put up 56 on them again this year? Probably not. But
No.
does P&G have enough offense? I think is going to be the biggest concern. Can they score more points than South Oak Cliff?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's what team are you going to get offensively? You're going to have that PNG team against Ennis, or that one against Midlothian Heritage. Thank you. Because that team against Ennis, I think, was the highest scoring game in the Jeff Joseph era, and their offense looked great. The rushing attack looked great. Jake Ashworth looked amazing. He really did look good.
After throwing that pick in his first series and then rushing for 80 yards.
I think it was like a 96 or 94 yard rushing touchdown. Yeah, he has the talent. It's just, I don't know. I don't know, man. This is when legends are made, right?
Yeah, sure.
This is when legacies begin in a game like this, when the state's counting you out. And so this is a good chance for Jake Ashworth. I'm not saying anything relies on this. He's a sophomore. He's going to have 2 more years as a starter at PNG.
Yeah.
But this is a good chance for him to make his name known now.
It's the beauty of the game. This is why you play the game. Sure, on paper, maybe it leans towards one other team, but that's why you play the game.
Absolutely.
And so it's going to be a great game. This one coming up Friday night at Merrill Green Stadium there in Bryan at their high school, Bryan High School. Merrill Green Stadium.
Oh, yeah. My fault. I thought you were talking about the next game, but that is true. Yes, it is in Bryan.
It's in Bryan. Okay, we've moved on to 4A Division II. Look who's still alive.
Isn't that great?
It's the West Orange Stark
Remember their
Mustangs.
start? Remember that drop to Nederland?
Yeah.
They started 1 and 2.
Yeah.
A lot of concern. I mean, I think we were concerned even. And they've come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Love to see the Mustangs playing football in December.
Here in round 4. Regional championship. They're taking on Waco La Vega. Now, these two teams have met. La Vega.
That's right.
Actually, they met
week 3.
in week 3 of this season. And La Vega did win that one. I think it was pretty handily.
44-20, I believe, was the final on that one.
Yeah. So this is another rematch, kind of like Memorial and Barbers Hill, where they've seen each other before. This one wasn't in district play. This was in non-district action, week 3 of the season. West Orange Stark and La Vega did play. La Vega doubled up on them.
Yeah.
So
the good thing is we mentioned it with the Barbers Hill Port Arthur game. Those teams are not the same teams.
Right.
These two teams are not the same teams they were week 3 in the season. I can't speak on La Vega because I don't know anything about La Vega. I do know West Orange Stark, started 1 and 2, started 2 and 3 really, And there was concern, is West Orange Shark really going to be able to compete for a district championship?
Right.
I don't know. You tell me. I think they, what are they on their 8th straight win, 9th straight win?
Yeah, something like
I think it seems like they were pretty good. So they've really turned it up, and that's the good thing for West Orange Stark. Believe they were down, and they had a lot of instances in this last game where they had to come from behind and win it. I think they led a game-winning drive to take it into OT, and obviously got the ball first, scored. I don't know if you saw that game ended. It was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in my life. It really. I'll explain it real quick. I think it was Sealy they were going against. 4th down, Sealy goes for it. He goes for the touchdown because they have to. They pass it to an O-lineman. He scores. Now, in that situation, you're supposed to pass it backwards because he didn't report as eligible.
Correct.
It went forward.
Okay.
Ineligible man downfield. So they had called it a touchdown, called it back, and called the game. Apparently, that's in a loss of downs play. So they went from the highest of highs. Heartbreaking. Actually, I had texted the broadcaster for that, Chase Snyder, with Dave Campbell's, and I was like, that is the sickest feeling I've ever felt for a high school team, and it's not even one of ours. Yeah. I couldn't imagine. But they came out of that one with a big win. They have turned it around. They look great.
Sure.
And they have these guys over there that just dominate. Jefferson, their running back.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. Might be the best running back in Southeast Texas. Might be one of the best in the state of Texas.
Absolutely.
And so if they can rely on him, if he can get going, if that defense can play how they play, oh, man, I don't know. You can't write them off based off week 3, right?
Does it change any of the fact that West Orange Stark and Waco La Vega have met 3 times in the playoffs before? West Orange Stark has never won. They're 0-3 against Waco La Vega in the playoffs.
Hey, streaks got to end at some point, right?
Right.
Look, I'm gonna regardless. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. This team could be playing the Dallas Cowboys, and if they're a Southeast Texas team, I'm gonna pick them to win.
Okay.
I'm delusional when it comes to this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep my bias, but I do think West Orange Stark's got a better shot than maybe some people are counting on. If you look at that week 3 game and you base your opinion on that, well, it's a different team. It's not the same West Orange Stark team. And
you can't look at the history. You can't look at what happened even earlier this season. As we've said with just about every one of these matchups, these are different teams now. Certainly you want to be playing your best ball here in week, what are we in, week 14 now?
Yeah.
Wow. So, week 14 of the season, 14, 15, 16. There's 16 to win a state championship. We're halfway through the playoffs. They've won 3, and they need to win 3 more to win a state title. So West Orange Stark's still alive, and they'll play Friday night. They're going to be in Shenandoah, Wood Forest Bank Stadium. You've been.
I've been to a couple times. I will say, good thing for the Mustangs, I won't be there. Up until that PNG game, teams were 0-2 when I was there.
That's right.
And let me tell you about that PNG game because it was close at half. I watched from the parking lot until I knew they were going to win because I'm not superstitious. But I was like, if they lose a 3rd game in this stadium when I'm here, I can never come back. So I will not be there, West Orange Stark, but that's for your sake.
So that's good news.
Good news for you guys. You don't want me there, I promise you.
Back to Shenandoah, not at Wood Forest Bank Stadium, where he's a jinx, obviously, there. All right, we did mention we've got 4 teams, our last team left, and quite honestly, I think the team that has the best chance of going far, I don't see anyone stopping Newton anytime soon, even the ARP Tigers here. Now, these two teams are familiar with each other. Both teams 12-1 on the year. Newton lost game number 1 to West Orange Stark. Remember that. ARP lost their first district game to Troop. Now, Troop's a team that Newton just beat
46-13.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and Troop and ARP couldn't score more than 6 points against Troop.
Correct.
So what does that tell you?
Correct. Yeah. All right. So these two teams have only met twice before in the playoffs in 2016 and 2017. ARP won the first meeting in the regional semis. West Orange Stark won that second meeting in 2017. It was a by-district round contest. Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell Texas Football has picked, the Newton Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Come on. You should pick the Newton Eagles every week for the rest of the season. You should not pick against the Newton Eagles. Yeah. It's actually funny. I was talking to an East Texas reporter. I went on TikTok Live with an East Texas reporter Friday night. And we were talking about that matchup because ARP's one of his teams and Newton's one of ours. And he's like, I don't know who can beat Newton.
Right.
And I think that's got to be the idea around the state. I mean, if you just look at this graphic and admire the fact that they're outscoring teams by 43 points per game.
Right.
How ridiculous is that?
What was their district? I mean, remember it was 72-0, 62-0, 75-0.
It was unfair. It was unfair, wasn't it? I mean,
lopsided for sure.
You just watched Randall, I think, set the regional semifinal record for most points scored. It was 83.
Yeah.
Newton could do that in their sleep.
Yeah.
We should let them do it. I want to see triple digits from Newton this week.
Hey, nice.
No, they look great.
Keep scoring in the gym for the basketball. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those situations. We mentioned it with Port Arthur all year. You just can't beat yourself. When you're a team that's this talented, you just cannot beat yourself because no one will beat you. Yeah. And if you're beating the fifth best team in your conference, your division, 46-13, I just don't know who can hold it even with you.
Do you think anyone on the ARP staff is calling Hiawatha Hickman at West Orange Stark and saying, "How did you beat?
How did you do it?" Yeah.
And this isn't the same Newton.
He probably
team
said,
I'm
4A and I got more kids that can help out. We got more athletes to pick out of, and good luck to you guys, and hope basketball season's good.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what the message to ARP
Hickman, Coach Hickman would probably tell the ARP staff if they called. All right, should be a lot of fun, of course. Their game's coming up in Lufkin at Abe Martin Stadium. Lufkin's not a bad drive. You're going to drive that coming up on Friday, so we'll have coverage for you.
I will be
Friday
there.
night.
I'm not a jinx in that stadium as far as I don't know if I've ever been there.
As far as he knows, I don't think he's ever been there either.
It should be a good one. It should be a win for Newton Eagles, and I hope it is. I get
we'll
the post game
coverage, of course, of all three of our area teams coming up Friday night at 10 o'clock right here on KFDM Channel 6. Not right here. This is the sports.
Yeah, don't come to the Sports Extra podcast. We will not have it on here.
On YouTube. We won't have it here. And then Saturday, of course, tune in with KM over on the Weekend Report, and he'll have Port Arthur Memorial for you. Taking care of Barbers Hill.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back to talk about Little Lamar athletics coming up.
United.
Urban Meyer built college football dynasties.
Football is a way of life.
Mark Ingram II ran his way to a Heisman.
I'm gonna do the rest of the show with this thing.
Rob Stone calls it like he sees it. This is the Triple Option, where legends tackle the biggest headlines in college football and the NFL with guests who don't hold back.
You're not winning with that owner.
Wow.
It's football talk that hits harder than game day. The Triple Option, presented by Wendy's, wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, indeed, we're back, and we are going to talk a little Lamar athletics, Lamar basketball. Both the men's and women's basketball teams, home sweet home for them. They're going to be at the Natchez Arena inside the Montaigne Center for quite a few of their next games.
Oh, yeah.
We'll start with the men's basketball team, depending on when you're watching this or tuning in on YouTube, news on KFDM on YouTube.
Well, this drops on Thursday.
The Lamar men, this
So
will
they
be out on
won't see
Thursday,
this.
so
They'll
have played.
And already have won.
And already have won. Okay, I like the way you're thinking.
Hope so.
A renewed rivalry against Louisiana Lafayette coming up Wednesday night, and obviously that's coming up for when we're taping this. It's still coming up tonight, so we don't know if they've won or lost yet. We're going to assume that they've won.
Of course.
But the nice thing here, if you look at the schedule, is after they beat Our Lady of the Lake over the weekend, they've got 3 straight here at home. And so a good thing for the Lamar men is they like playing at home.
Oh, yeah.
They're undefeated at home, 2-0 so far here at home.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
great. That's a great stat to have. You want to win at home, and it gets the fans in, right? We win here, and so the people want to show up. So
it does. The Lamar men 4-2 overall. So they've won. They've lost one away and then lost one at a neutral site.
Okay.
So that's the 2 away that they lost. Four straight. I said 2-0. 4-0 here at home.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal for the Lamar men. Get out there and get a chance. If you missed them on Wednesday night, they'll be back home Saturday against A&M Corpus Christi.
That's conference play, I think.
No, that is not that's a non-conference game. A conference opponent. They will face A&M Corpus Christi in conference later this year. But this is not a Southland.
How does that work? You can just do
year.
that? If he's played, it don't count?
If both teams agree to it.
Oh, that's funny.
There you go. Then they're going to be at San Diego. And then, not a bad time of the year in the winter to go to Southern California.
Yeah.
Can I get on that plane? Anyway, no, that sounds like a good trip. And then they'll start Southland Conference play here at home against UT Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of like the ladies started
that's
Southland
true.
Conference play against UT
Right.
Rio Grande
Boom.
Valley.
What a segue there.
Earlier
Good
this
job.
week. All right, there's the ladies. The Lamar women coming off a win in their first of 4 here at home, coming up on, what was that, Tuesday night?
Monday it looks
night?
like it, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. My days get mixed together. It was earlier this week. I know that for sure. The Lamar women got a big win over UT Rio Grande Valley to start conference play 1-0. They remain undefeated here at home. Now 3-0 here at home. They're 3-4 overall, so they haven't won away from the nest just yet. But Coach Aqua Franklin has a kind of a different team in there. Aguego was a player that I went and filmed earlier this week that really her hustle. She was number 23 for the Lady Cards earlier on Tuesday night. Her hustle was really good. She had a steal and a bucket. She was one of 3 in double figures with 13 points. JC Denley led the way with 15. Her pull-up jumper is just perfect. So you can just see her. She'll look away. So she won't look. She'll look away and then just stop and pop right in somebody's face.
Yeah.
And she did that a lot coming up on Tuesday. So she led the way with 15. Cameron Wilson also with 13 in that game. So they had 3 in double figures. They came away with a big win. They've got, as I mentioned, the first of 4 at home. So they've got 3 more coming up at home, which is good news as they're undefeated here at home. Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
This one is a conference game.
It is a conference game. Yeah, they are in their conference. It's just the Lamar men get a non-conference battle against the Islanders.
Yeah,
so that's coming up on Monday. So they've got kind of almost a whole week off from a Tuesday to a Monday.
Yeah.
They don't play this weekend at all, this weekend coming up. So a little bit of a layoff. I don't know with basketball teams, you kind of don't want that long of a layoff because there's got to be a rhythm that you get with those players.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just that's probably December basketball how it goes. You got to go home, see family. Semester ends around in this time. I know that. I'm working on my finals. So, I guess that's the break. But that's good. They're playing good at home. I haven't had the opportunity to go watch either one of the teams play yet. I take that back. I was there for one of the Lamar men's games when they first started. But, yeah, a lot of football going on still. So, hopefully, as soon as that wraps up, we'll be here at every single one of these home games for them.
All right, and they'll wrap up their home-stand against Prairie View and A&M just 2 nights later. It's a Wednesday night contest. So they're going to play Monday, Tuesday of next week, and they get Prairie View, A&M. Let's hope they remain undefeated here at home.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be great. They'd then get an overall winning record. They're 3-4 right now because they've got 4 losses away from home.
Okay.
From home. So hopefully they'd get an overall winning record. All right. Plenty of chances to get out there and see both the Lamar men's and women's basketball teams, and hopefully you get a chance to do that either this weekend for the Lamar men or coming up next week. 2 games for the Lamar women coming up next week. So get out to the Natchez Arena inside the Montaigne Center and watch some Lamar basketball. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for the KFDM Sports Extra podcast. For Cam Sanderson, I'm Mike Friedman. We'll see you guys all again next week.
Thanks for watching the KFDM Sports Extra with Mike Friedman and Cam Sanderson.